There are two very, very interesting words. Conservation of mass, cover out word in physics, but I translate it in a human field, and instead of conservation of mass, instead of conservation of mass, I translate it in a human being field as conversation between humans. Conservation of mass, but I told you that in the physics world, but I told you that the mass is us, it's our body. So instead of conservation, I say they actually mean conversation between human beings. Because conversations, the language we speak, the words, it changes you. It creates this mechanics motion to change you, to bring you in a certain direction, you rotate in a certain, and then the physicist showed when he was explaining it that there's a conservation law of mass, and he showed pictures with crashed, smashing cars. So this is what a law that what can happen if there's a lot of people, many people, a lot of mass, that it can be violent, killing, destroying, people, hatred, debate, discussions, anger, violence. And it's really, really interesting. So this is what is my video today about, is that you really need to learn or to understand that wherever you read physics, cosmologists, scientists, mathematicians, or medicine, these are cover-up words for the real world, which is the human. All what they say that they discovered in the universe, what they discovered in the nature, is actually what I have discovered in our human being field, body, mind, soul. Like it makes so much sense that they say the world's famous theory from Albert Einstein says that E equals mc square, energy, mass, and light. And that's what a human body is. We are energy, we are mass, our body, and we are light. And Jesus was also saying that we are the light of the world. That makes all sense. And I figured out that I see all these similarities in those famous pioneers, whatever it was, cosmologists, astronomers, or physicists, mathematicians throughout the history. Albert Einstein, Johannes Kepler, Isaac Newton, Copernicus, Plato, Aristotle. They have this somehow the same message, that they gave this knowledge somehow, I don't know how to say that, I have the capability, the insight to see in their theories, in their equations, in their explanations, how we function, how a human functions, the human mind, soul, body, and not how the nature functions or how the universe functions. They knew how the nature and the universe function, and through them I know now how a human functions. And that needs to have a very sensitive, sensible awareness and attention, with all serious and honest, to investigate these things. And I find out that those people, they have all the same similarities. And the interesting thing is always, I see always Jesus Christ in their theories, in their equations, that he's always like between, or he has something else with to do it. When I was telling you about they're talking about the light, and Jesus was saying that we are the light, and then it makes sense if you really understand it when he was saying we are the light of the world, and you see the equations when they say E equals mass times light, is it's all about you. It's all about your body, your mind, and your soul. But they cannot experiment directly with a human being. I mean, it's obviously, we shouldn't do that. But they have discovered there are people like Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, and all that, and Johannes Kepler, by studying the universe, by studying the nature. I don't know if they were aware of, but by studying these two things, I was capable to translate it and transform it and have an insight to translate that how we human functions, our mind, our body, our soul. And it has a lot to do with your energy, your matter, your body. And that's why I said also that words, language has a lot of power. It's language, words, movies, they have a significant power of you, of your body, of your mind, and also informations through media, newspapers, magazines. You have to be very, very careful and be aware of these things. And it's incredible. So for me, Jesus Christ is for me a phenomenon, physicist, scientist, philosopher, all in one together. And as we see those, his disciples, these 12 disciples, I see those disciples in Copernicus, in Johannes Kepler, in Isaac Newton, in Albert Einstein. It's not, those things are really real. It's taking place, all of that, because I seen those physicists, scientists, astronomers, cosmologists, mathematicians throughout history. They are all somehow translated Jesus' point of view and the other way around. And when I observe, investigate those scientists, physicists, I always see Jesus in them, by the sayings, like, remember I said that the greater the mass of a body, the smaller the change produced by an applied force. So that means as the greater the body, as greater the mass of a body, that's the mass. And this is a little mass. The greater the mass of a body, the smaller change produced by an applied force. Right? And exactly that is what one of the sayings of Jesus is saying, is that there were two fishers, and one fisher, when he took out the net out of the water, he had many, many, many little fishes. And the other one had one big, large fish. And Jesus took the little fishes and threw them back in the ocean. Or one of the fisher threw back the little ones, all the many, many little ones, back to the ocean. And they just took the mass, the one big fish out of it. So that's what I'm saying. I see those theories also in the sayings of Jesus. It's very interesting. It was a long video, so I have to make 2 or 3 parts, I guess. So thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.